Hello and welcome to the Godot community. My name is Sahir Dean. I'm the virtual PLC lead for high school 2D art. In today's webinar, we'll be talking to three other educators from the state of Georgia. They're going to share their tips for creating, developing, and managing a National Art Honor Society chapter at their school. Enjoy.
One of the best practices that I have found for increasing membership in your National Art Honor Society chapter is to open it up to all age groups. We used to only limit it to the upperclassmen, and then we started allowing our ninth graders in. And now we have so many students, even after the time of COVID, we've come back strong with 65 students. Getting students involved in National Art Honor Society is has to be a reason for them to really want to be a part of this group. One of the ways that we do that is we talk about the graduation cords that our seniors get, and we also talk about how service within the National Art Honor Society will also allow you to help get your fine arts diploma sale. This is just kind of like, I'm putting air quotes, selling points to our students for reasons for doing it. But then last and most importantly, this is a place where our art kids belong. I know as an art teacher, you are probably like me when I was in school. I didn't really belong to all the other groups, but I did belong in the arts. And being a part of National Art Honor Society means everybody in there is just like you, and they have so much goofy fun together. Once you start getting the club going, just word of mouth helps keep it rolling. The kids all want to be a part of it.
Hi, I'm Amanda Marbury. I currently teach at Centennial High School in Roswell, but I taught at Holcomb Bridge Middle School, also in Roswell, for 7 years. And while I was there, I had a National Junior Art Honor Society program chapter that I ran there. I basically took my art club that I started and shifted it into the Honor Society. I wanted to offer the kids more opportunities to do service and kind of discuss what the arts can do for the community as a whole, and kind of expand it from just the club, we have fun, to what can we do with our fun projects and build that community. I had the opportunity to teach a high school level class while I was there as well, and that kind of roped the kids in young on, they really want to be a part of this art community. And then I got to have lots of super talented kids when they got to 8th grade. As for managing the chapter, it's super, super easy. We came up with bylaws. I basically just used the bylaws that the National Art Honor Society and NAEA suggest for the chapters. We edited a few things. I lowered their grade requirements from having to have an A to having Bs. I taught in a kind of a lower, it was a wider range of socioeconomic students. So there was a vast issue of that. They didn't have to be in an art class because on the middle school level, the kids might or may not be art. And this offered an opportunity for them to kind of express their artistic side of it, even if they couldn't fit it in their schedule. But it's basically, we based our bylaws around like good character. If the kids were having issues fighting and doing that sort of things, they got put on probation. But as for running the program, I offered 2 meetings a week. Attendance was required at one of them, but I offered a morning meeting one day of the week, and then I also offered a afternoon meeting one day a week. The kids get into a whole bunch of extracurricular activities. I had a lot of kids that wanted to be a part of the Honor Society, but knew that they couldn't make an afternoon meeting, so I created a morning meeting. And basically, I didn't run the meeting super often. I had officers, my 8th grade students, most of the 8th graders their officers were in my high school level course. They took attendance, they ran the meeting. I met with them earlier in the week to kind of discuss what we were going to do. And they ran the meeting. It was very kid focused, student focused, very, about the community and the arts. They came up with projects, they came up with ideas, and then they ran it. And it was really mostly on them. I was there as a facilitator. I would occasionally step in and teach them new things. But for the most part, it was super easy to run. The hardest part was getting my will to fill out the paperwork to get the chapter started and making sure we were up to date with dues and stuff. But once I got through that, and that's purely me, I personally have a hard time checking boxes. But once I got past that, it was super easy to run the chapter, and the kids run it themselves.
Hello there. My name is Shakira Bryant, and I teach art here at Banneker High School in College Park, Georgia. And I think one of the best ways to start a National Art Honor Society is to first create buzz and a sense of belonging within your program. So what I did was I recruited all of my National Art Honor Society members from my Intro to Art class. I selected those few students who are actually interested in art, and then from there I created a Microsoft form, presented my data to the guidance counselors, and then was able to create the club from the data of positive feedback that I got from my students. I think another way or best practice in creating a National Honor Society chapter is to make sure that there is a need for that. Like if you have a lot of students who are walking around dressed up as Naruto and don't really have a sense of belonging or a space where they get to be creative outside of the school hours, then they need you to create the National Art Honor Society Club. Thank you.
I hope you found that informative. Please do stop by and share any ideas that you have for best practices and how you establish your National Art Honor Society chapter at your school. Feel free to share some ideas, some things that you might have struggled with, how you overcame those, and any questions that you might have, of course, please feel free to leave those in our community. Again, my name is Sahira Dean. I'm the virtual PLC lead for a high school 2D art. Thank you so much.